So before we start today's lesson, we're going to take it back to what you did a long time ago in elementary school, okay? We're going to be doing long division with just numbers. So we're going to do 305 divided by 2. And y'all are going to think with me. 2 times what will give you either 3 or very close to 3? 1. We can't go over it though. So then we're going to multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. And what do we do with that 2? Yes, you subtract. So basically, I'm going to call this changing the sign. Okay? 3 minus 2 is 1. Now we're going to bring down the next number. 2 times what will give you either 10 or really close to 10? 5. So we're going to put a 5 up here. What do we do with that 5? You multiply it. Good, thank you. 2 times 5 is 10. And what do we do now? Subtract it. So guys, change the sign. 10 minus 10 is just 0. Bring down the next number. 2 times what will get you very close to 5? 2. Then we multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. Again, change the sign. Make it a minus. 5 minus 4 is 1. So guys, that's your remainder. We have no more numbers to bring down. So your answer is 152. And your remainder is 1 over what we divided by 2. So this should be your answer. All right, so we're going to take that same concept and apply it to algebra 2 now, okay? So let's do this first one with together. So I'm going to do 5x squared plus 5x plus 1, and I'm going to divide it by x. Go ahead and set it up on your paper. Okay, so x times what will give you 5x squared? 5 and what else? An x. Okay, now we're going to multiply like we did before. X times 5x is 5x squared. Now, if you remember, after this step, we always subtract. So guys, what I want you to do is just change the sign. What's 5 minus 5? 0, that's gone. Bring down the next item. 5x. Just put it down there. Now let's start again. X times what will give you 5x? 5. So guys, up at the top, we're going to put a plus 5. Now we're going to multiply. X times 5 is 5x. After this step, just change the sign. What's 5 minus 5? 0, that's gone. Bring down the next number, a 1. Will x times anything give you this 1? No, x times 1 is x. X times 0 is 0. So there's nothing that you can do. So your answer is just 5x plus 5. And then you just put 1 over what you were dividing by. That's your answer. I'll put a plus right there. So guys, this part is your quotient. Go ahead and label it. And this part is your remainder. Okay, I'm going to move this out the way since you guys wrote it down already. All right, so next example. This time we're not just dividing by x, we're dividing by x minus 1. Go ahead and set it up. Okay, let's think. X times what will give you x squared? X, everyone put an X on the top. Now we multiply. X times x is x squared. Now look what I'm going to do. -1 times x is -1x. Guys, what do we always do after this step? Change the sign. I'm going to do it in red. I'm going to change this +1 to a -1. I'm going to change this -1 to a +1. The reason why we are changing the sign is because you always subtract after this step. So we're subtracting this. We're subtracting this one. What do two negatives make? That's why this is now just a positive. Okay, x minus x, that just cancels out. 5x plus 1x is 6x. Bring down the next item. And we'll start again. Okay, let me highlight this for you. X times what will give you 6x? A 6. So everyone put +6 at the top. And then we're going to multiply. X times 6 is 6x. Change this sign. -1 times 6 is -6. Change the sign. Okay, what's 6x minus 6x? 0, that cancels. What's -1 plus 6? 5. Is there anything else to bring down? Nope, okay, so we're done. Your answer is just what's here at the top. So x plus 6 plus your remainder, 5 over what we were dividing by, x minus 1. So this is your answer. Let's go ahead and label the different parts of our answer. This part right here is called the quotient. A quotient is an answer to a division problem. And this part is the remainder. Let's go ahead and set this one up. We have 6x squared minus 25x minus 25 being divided by 6x plus 5. And I'll just put this in parentheses so that you know we're dividing by this whole thing. Okay. All right, let's ask ourselves. 6x times what will give you 6x squared? Yes, x. So everyone go ahead and put an x at the top here. And then we multiply. 6x times x is 6x squared. What do we do? Change the sign. Or yes, go ahead and multiply by 5 too. Doesn't matter what order you do. Multiply them and then always change the sign. So 5 times x is 5x, and we change the sign. All right, 6 minus 6 is just 0, so that's gone. -25 minus 25 is -30. And then just bring the x.
Wait, why is it, oh, never mind.
The reason why this is a minus 5x is because 5 times x is 5x, and then you always change the sign. Now bring down the next item. Okay, let's think. 6x times what will give you -30x? -5, good. Everyone write -5. And then we multiply. 6x times -5 is -30x. 5 times -5 is -25. What do I do? Change the sign. All right. What's -30 plus 30? 0. What's -20 plus 25? 0. So guys, there's no remainder. It divided perfectly. Everyone write that down. There's no remainder. So your answer is just what's up here, x minus 5. So your answer is x minus 5. This is your quotient. A quotient is the answer to a division problem. Okay. 2x times what will give you 2x cubed? Yes, x squared. So guys, go ahead and write x squared at the top. Now we're going to multiply. 2x times x squared, that is 2x cubed. Remember, because this has a little 1 here, and you add the exponents whenever you're multiplying. Okay, next, negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. What do we do now? Change the sign. So this will become negative, this will become positive. 2 minus 2 is just 0, so those cancel. 7 plus 3 is 10, so this will become 10x squared. Okay, now we'll bring down the next term and start again. So bring this down, the minus 13x. Okay. 2x times what will give you 10x squared? Good, 5x. So go ahead and write that down. Put a plus 5x at the top. Okay. So 2x times 5x is what? Yep, 10x squared. And negative 3 times 5x is negative 15x. What do we do here? Change the sign. So this will be a minus, and this will be a plus. And that cancels out, because 10 minus 10 is 0. These should always cancel out, guys. If those don't cancel out, we're doing something wrong. Okay? Negative 13 plus 15 is a positive 2 with an x. And then bring down the final term. All right, and then we'll start the process again. 2x times what will give you 2x? 1. So everyone put a plus 1 at the top. Anything times 1 is just itself. Okay, so 2x times 1 is just 2x. Negative 3 times 1 is just negative 3. What do we do now? Change the sign. This becomes minus, this becomes a plus. And look, it all cancels. 2 minus 2 is just 0. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So there's no remainder here. Everyone write no remainder. So the quotient is what's here at the top. So this is your answer. X squared plus 5x plus 1. This is your quotient. The definition of a quotient is the answer to a division problem. Okay, next one. X cubed minus 126 divided by x minus 5. They skipped a lot of the stuff in the middle in this problem. We don't have a squared term. We don't have an x term. Okay, so let's think. X times what will give you x cubed? X squared, good. Everyone write x squared at the top. Now we multiply. X times x squared is x cubed. Negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. What do we do now? Yes, change the sign. So this will be minus, this will become a plus. X cubed minus x cubed is just 0. Can we combine these two? No, they don't have an x. They both don't have an x squared. You can't add them or subtract them together. So guys, keep them separated. This is just a 5x squared, and this is a minus 125. We cannot combine them because they don't have the same variables. Oh, was it a 6? Sorry. Guys, make sure you edit this. This is supposed to be a 6. This was 126. Make sure that's a 6 on your paper. Thank you guys for catching that. All right. So you should have just wrote it all down. We can't combine those. All right, let's combine, let's do the process again. X times what will give you 5x squared? Good, 5x. So everyone write 5x at the top. Plus 5x. And then we're going to multiply again. X times 5x is 5x squared. Negative 5 times 5x is negative 25x. What do we do here? Change the sign. Make this a minus. Make this a plus sign. 5 minus 5 is 0, so that's gone. Do these combine? No, because this doesn't have an x there. If it had an x, then you can combine it, but this does not have an x. So guys, let's just bring everything down and keep it separated. Okay, remember, you can only combine like terms. Okay, let's repeat the process. X times what will give you 25x? 25. So everyone just put a plus 25 at the top. All right, let's multiply. X times 25 is 25x. Negative 5 times 25 is negative 125. What do we do? Change the sign. So this will be a minus, this will be a plus. 25 minus 25, that's just 0. Negative 126 plus 125 is negative 1. That's your remainder. There's nothing else to bring down. So your answer is x squared plus 5x plus 25, and your remainder, it's a minus 1 over x minus 5. This is your remainder. Quotient, remainder. Okay, the last one I want you to try on your own. I'm going to walk around and see if you have it correct, and then we'll go over it, of course. But try. So we have to think. 2x times what will give you 4x to the 4th power? Very good. 2x cubed. Now we're going to multiply. 2x times 2x cubed is 4x to the 4th power. Now, 1 times 2x cubed is 2x cubed. Now, what do we do after this? Change the sign. So this will become a negative, Okay, 4 minus 4, that's just 0. 2 minus 2, that's just 0. Let's just bring down the next stuff. So I'll put a negative 4x squared here. And I'm just going to bring this down too. I'll just bring everything down. Okay. Okay, 2x times what will give you negative 4x squared? Yep, I need it to be negative 2x. Yes, good. So 2x times negative 2x is negative 4x squared. 1 times negative 2x is negative 2x. What do we do after this step? Change the sign. So this will be positive and change this to a positive. Negative 4 plus 4, that is 0. 2x plus 2x is 4x. I'm going to bring down this 2. And we start the process again. Two x times what will give you 4x? 2. So put a plus 2 at the top. Now we're going to multiply. 2x times 2 is 4x. 1 times 2 is 2. What do we do? Change the sign. So this will become a minus, and this will also become a minus. All right. 4 minus 4 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So there is no remainder. That means your answer is just what's up here. So your answer is 2x cubed minus 2x plus 2. This is called your quotient.